So, if you remember my Snowden and the Huntsman review, I said you guys gotta stop hating on Kristen Stewart because I think that she is a great actress. The Twilight Saga, Breaking Dawn, Part 2. Okay, in all seriousness, I think that Kristen Stewart can actually be a great actress when she wants to be. But not in Twilight, because she's not a big fan of Twilight. Actually, not everyone involved in Twilight really does like it that much. I mean, have you seen Robert Pattinson talk about Twilight before?
When I read it, it seemed like it was like it was a book that wasn't supposed to be published.
Millions of Twilight fans out there just cannot wait to see this. It's very almost heartbreaking because they don't want it to be over.
Yeah.
It's a little bittersweet, isn't it?
For them.
Yeah.
But the Twilight Saga is finally over, so whether you're depressed about that or you're really excited and happy because Twilight is just so silly, you gotta have some emotions about this epic finale to this saga. So we have Breaking Dawn Part 2. And I say Part 2 in an annoyed tone because Breaking Dawn could have easily been one movie, but they just had to add a second part because they love money. And this film picks up right where Part 1 left off. Kristen Stewart is finally a vampire, which means that she can live forever and be with a man who is like 1,000 years older than her. So basically she can love an older man. Which is a good thing because last time that didn't really work out with Kristen Stewart. Okay, that was kind of messed up. I was joking, okay? I love her. Speaking of age differences, Jacob, a 20-year-old man, imprints on a week-old baby, whom he gives a nickname to, and holds, and loves. But this baby grows up and the Volturi find out about this and they think that the baby was bitten and it wasn't born as a vampire, so they go, oh, that's not good. Those naughty Cullens. You must kill them. So for a good 3/4 of this film, it's all about the Cullens getting ready to fight the Volturi and preparing for battle. Which is why Breaking Dawn Part 2 is an extremely drawn out movie, but the movie isn't utterly boring because it's a Twilight movie, so it's pretty silly. So some of the effects are cool, but for the most part, the bad effects are really, really bad. First off, Renesmee as a baby isn't a real baby. And I don't just mean she's a vampire baby, but it's a computer-generated face on a baby. And there were people in the audience who, when they saw the baby, they were like, oh, look at that baby. And also the way vampires move, it just looks weird, and I'm just telling myself, if Twilight makes so much money, why don't they just use that money to make good effects and make them decent? And also the sparkling. I mean, I know it's extremely silly, but you guys stay consistent, right? And then when you see vampires out in the open with the sun clearly beating down on them, why can't you make them sparkle?
What happened? Your balls drop off?
Did you just get lazy there, or did you finally realize that vampire sparkling is a silly thing? And a lot of the scenes in Twilight are unintentionally funny, but I guess it doesn't really matter because no matter what, the audience is going to go crazy and react to everything in this film, and they'll love it. For example, the ending scene of Twilight, not gonna lie, it's actually really pretty cool. And the audience just went crazy countless times during the ending, and it was pretty funny to see them react and gasp and everything. If you just know the smallest bit about Twilight, you know what's going to make the audience go crazy. And Jacob takes off more than just his shirt in this film. So basically, if you just like Twilight or you're a Twihard, you're going to love Breaking Dawn Part 2 because it has the stuff you love from the old movies in this film, or it adds some pretty cool stuff at the end, like the action scene. And the ending to Breaking Dawn is different than the book, so you're in for a surprise. And so for me, Twilight, there's still some stuff that don't appeal to me, but there are some aspects to this film that I thought were actually good and better than the others. And I also thought that ending was pretty cool, so I'm going to give Breaking Dawn Part 2 a C. That's pretty much all I have to say. Yeah.